Hey, if you are into boating, you got to come to the Trent Severn Waterway, a beautiful waterway featuring a variety of lift locks. And I lived in Lindsay for 18 years, just about an hour from here. I know Ramara Township and the town of Brechin quite well. The township is situated in central Ontario, close to the city of Orillia, along the northeastern shores of Lake Simcoe and Lake Couchiching. It features Lagoon City right here, very close by. It's a retirement and beautiful resort community as well. Popular destination for people coming from southern Ontario or all over the place, just to come up and spend some relaxing time away from the hustle and bustle of the city. So if you get a chance, come up and pay us a visit. We're just outside of Brechin right now for a Lumberjack competition. Partway through the competition, we're going into the Underhand Chop, the first heat. A couple of guys from New York, Rod. We got Tim Keach taking on Paul Feniger.
Tim Keach's been at it for about 25 years or so. Paul Feniger, actually both guys have been competing about the same number of years. Paul Feniger, though, a whole lot more serious about Lumberjack sports than Tim.
Well, both guys, actually, Tim is more of an axe thrower, Sawyer kind of guy. He still swings an axe. Paul Feniger, you see him with the big strapping sleeveless shirts. He likes to flex his muscles in the underhand chop or any axe event for that matter.
We're chopping 12-inch round poplar wood here. It was pretty firm when we were sawing it, so it's going to be interesting to see how well it chops.
Nice, clean wood so far. Looks like both guys opening up their first cuts. Looks like it's taken a while for Tim Keach to get through and move the wood.
Paul Feniger's lines are looking really smooth. Actually, Tim Keach's lines there also. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see a lot of those steps. When you see a lot of steps in the underhand chop, guys are wasting blows.
Tim just making his turn. Looks like Feniger is going to win this heat, putting some drivers on his right-hand side there. Paul Feniger breaks things off and wins the first heat of the underhand with a 27-5-1. To me, to my eyes, looked like a pretty clean chop there. Did you deviate from your plan at all throughout the chop?
No, actually, I did that on purpose. That block is a bit firm. Most of the wood here is firm today, so I can't just fly them in there and hope for the best. I got to really make sure I have a clean scarf and I cut it right. So I slowed down just a little bit, hit it hard, and made sure my lines were clean.
Now, being a clubber that you are, you obviously have an advantage to be able to hit it harder.
Oh, absolutely, because I can get up, get the reach, and really follow that axe straight on through. There's pretty much clubbing, there's very little you can do to make a mistake in the swing.
I'm Gaston Duperrey. I'm from Saint-Henri-Taillon, Lac-Saint-Jean, Quebec. I'm working for Rio Tinto Alcan, like operator.
Hi, my name's Paul Woodland. I'm from Benton, New Brunswick. I'm a logger.
Well, Rod, was headed to the second heat of the underhand chop. We got DePerry versus Woodland. But there's a lot of talk last week and this week about the wood being firm. What causes it?
Firm wood is caused by tight growth rings. Sometimes it may be caused by wood without a lot of moisture in it. Nonetheless, if it's firm wood, you've got to stick to your pattern. Stay to basics. A lot of times in sports, they talk about sticking with basics. When you get a tough block, that's what you've got to do.
Gaston makes his turn first over Paul Woodland. Looks like Gaston's going to win this. He's well ahead. He's going to take down the time to beat of 27-5-1 set by Paul Feniger. Gaston wins the heat and lowers the time to beat down to 23.77. That was a pretty good chop for you. I saw at the end, you were going faster at the end.
Yeah, when I tried to go deep with the big hit, the axe was sticking a little bit. That's why at the southern side, I decided to go faster to avoid to stick the axe.
You didn't want to go too deep by hitting it too hard. Now on the your drivers on the front side, you took 3. Is that because of the size of the wood?
Yeah, the middle of the wood is all the time softer, but I give the drive really fast too. And I whip to avoid to stick.
Hello, my name is Marcel Dupuis. I'm from Memramcook, New Brunswick, and I'm a firefighter for my job.
My name is Chris Henning. I'm from Walworth, New York, and I'm a general contractor.
Well, Gaston from Quebec just lowered the time to beat down to 23.77 this third heat. We got Henning taking on Marcel Dupuis.
One thing in a show when you have really firm wood is if you get a good draw of a block like Gaston had. And actually, like Marcel Dupuis here, you see that discolor in the middle? It's a lot softer block.
And when they open it up, they tend to go faster because they're excited to get to the finish line a little bit quicker. Look at Marcel going.
He's a strong man. He's got a really fast pace, and he's got a pumpkin block to boot.
Henning just makes his turn. Marcel explodes the end of the block, but he finishes his chop, and he lowers the time to beat down to 22.44. Your speed is really good. On the front side, before you make your turn, you went 1 and 1, as opposed to doing drivers all on your driving side.
Yes, the top part was already there to the center, so my bottom part wasn't there, so that's why I put the 1 and 1.
And on the backside, at the very end, what happened? The block went in 3, or it split while you were standing on it?
Yeah, it was just splitting wide open, so I'm not sure what. I don't know if it's the block was just He was just doing that. I'm not sure what.
Did you see that and were you ready for it?
I didn't see it, so I wasn't really ready for it. But you always put your weight where the dogs are, so it doesn't really matter if it splits.
Cecil Starr, Lake Dalrymple, Ontario. I'm a utility forester.
I'm Mike Coors. I'm from Warren, Pennsylvania, and I'm a logger.
Marcel Dupuis set and lowered the time to beat 22:44. He's from New Brunswick. This is the last heat. Coors taking on Cecil Starr.
Of any choppers right now in the underhand chop, they can catch him. Cecil Starr, one of the best underhand choppers in Canada right now. Mike Coors, no slouch at all from New York.
And they've seen the guys go before them. They know the blocks have the potential of exploding.
That's right. You see Mike Coors' lines here. He's off his pink lines a bit. He knows he's going to have to cheat a little bit in the back to make up some time.
Cecil loves his block. You can see him picking up the pace as he gets towards the end here.
Mike Coors, he's slamming it hard, but Cecil Starr, he's through at the top. He's just going to break at the bottom now.
And Cecil Starr is going to win this heat with a 26.29. Not enough to take down Marcel. So I counted 11 in the front. But you probably would have liked to have gone 11, 12 in the back, but you just got frustrated when you try and break things off. You ended up with 15 or 16 in the back.
Yeah, there's a few extra hits in there for sure, but a couple of them didn't go. The train coming off the tracks a little bit there, and I didn't really put him in where I should have, where I should have kept the head on a bit straighter. It would have come off a couple hits earlier.
Your speed was good. Right at the very end, when you're around 13 or 14 hits, you reared back and tried to muscle it through and still needed a couple of small ones. I saw you rearing back for a big one.
Oh, yeah, you got to try and drive him off. Like I said before, I'm just about to gas, but whatever I got left, she's going to be right on this stage by the end of the day.
Well, Cecil Starr getting close to empty, but Marcel Dupuis, still with lots of gas in the tank, takes first place with 22.44 in the underhand chop.